Hello everyone, and welcome to today's video critique. We're trying something new today because, as I mentioned previously, I'm back home. So I've got my new computer, I've got my new camera, still working out some kinks. Don't have the camera quite hooked up to Camtasia yet, so I'm gonna record this intro separately and then hop into Camtasia to do some critiquing. So a couple quick announcements. We have Poker Puss was due yesterday. If you don't see your image posted in the community page, in the album, let me know. I think I got everyone, but just double check that. We kicked off a new lighting challenge, which is the Justin Gladys Haunted House setup. Justin is a matte painter and set extension artist and an environment artist at Blue Sky Studios. He's an incredible artist, one of my good friends, and he designed this thing. We had Sarah Tarr make a beautiful asset for it, and there's a lot of potential and a lot of cool things you guys can do with it there. That's it. So let's get into the critique for today. Okay, so the audio was not the best. Still working out the kinks, but we're going to keep moving forward here. Hopefully this is a little bit better. So to start, I want to talk about Jordan's question about working remotely. So there is no standard at this time. Everything changed with COVID. Before, on animated films, there was almost zero remote work because of security concerns. They needed to make sure that everything about the movie stayed in-house until it was ready to be released. A leaked bit about a movie is the worst thing that can happen to a studio, because you work for years on a project and it's your only profit source. And if you lose that because somebody drops it online or shares it with another company, you as a company are in real trouble. So they've been extra cautious about that. So really nobody has been doing any remote work. Now, that changed because of COVID, and since then they've upped their game. So I really don't know what it's going to look like moving forward. My assumption is there's going to be more remote work because I don't think there's much choice, especially when you're unable to travel between countries. So I think that you're exploring this brave new world at the same time as all of us. I think at any point right now we can only make assumptions, but everybody is preparing for the idea of working more remotely, which I'm encouraged by and excited about. But up until now, there has been none. Now there's some. We'll see how it's going to play off in a post-COVID world, because that just hasn't been defined yet. All right, so let's go through the submissions for today. Alfredo, really, let's see. We've got your reference here of the pumpkins. I love the spec hits on this. A nice warm autumny feel for it. I really like it. I think you can actually increase your warmth overall on this. Seeing that, it's like there's this haze over top, and I think that we can actually, if you wanted to shift that into a warmer, place overall, because right now it feels pretty neutral. I think that we can try and do something like that. I think the haze over top of the pumpkin is messing with the read on it a little bit. I think if we increase the dark points on that, it'll help bring that up. Man, my Camtasia is obsessed with trying to show you where my cursor is, and it's not actually letting me do anything. All right. So now we can just let's soften that up a little bit. All right. So now you can see there's a little bit more of a darker value in it that'll help make it read just a little bit more. And I think that overall having that additional kind of warm tone to it will really help out a lot. Outside of that, I think it's going pretty well. You could add some vignetting in there, maybe some more bump on the table, just to get some more value in there. And then I'd also look to create some distinction between this plate and the tabletop. Just a little bit of a value difference between the two, I think would really help a lot. And then maybe a little more shaping around this cup here would be really good too. Okay, so your updated swimming pool. So you've got the previous version here, the updated version, updated version here. I love the additional bounce, love the additional glow in the water. I still think we can go brighter outside of these windows here, and especially get some edge blur along here. I think that's the big thing that we're missing at this point. Try taking down the saturation on that a little bit. I think that'll help. You may want to do it. You will want to do it in the render because you want it to pick up in the reflection down there as well. But overall, I feel like this is ending up in a really, really good spot. I wonder if there's a difference. Let's see the reference again. Yeah, it's a little bit bluer in the water. I'm wondering if there's a way we can distinguish what's like this line here, like the look above the water versus what's below it. I think what's below it should tint a little more blue if you can. But I think that's a really good, I think that's a good place for you to head. Cleber, we'll go over these Poker Puss ones. I'll do the big reveal tomorrow, but I know you guys wanted to take a look at these, so I wanted to give you some feedback. The eyes are like very, very glowy. I'm noticing that right off the bat. I love these little speck hits back here. I think those are working really well. The area down in here is a little confusing to me because I'm seeing like this patch of brightness, a little patch of brightness there, a little bit here, and then like a little bit on the cards. It just feels very broken up. It would be nice if it was smoother and a little bit brighter. Same thing here. We've got this like sharp line around there. We're seeing the back of the card kind of translucently through that, and cards are a little bit thicker than that, and we never really see that type of effect, so you may want to increase that a little bit as well. So overall, I think you're doing really well. I think this is in a good place, but I think it's just a lot of complex shapes going on. Same thing with these coins. There's a lot of like bright on the top and then dark on the side, so it's creating a lot of contrast. I think we just need to soften it overall, because if you're thinking underwater, you're thinking about light being diffused through a lot of spaces. I feel like that's more where it'll end up. Nigel, good stuff. Great progress from your previous version. I think this is a huge step in the right direction. I like that we're stepping back into the space a little bit. It is a little bit of a stark contrast between these 2 points. I think like let's lower the contrast between them down. So I think it's a matter of decreasing the contrast here. I'm sorry, not the contrast, the amount of fog or atmospheric over top of the carrot, and then increasing it here, just because this area is getting very, very dark, and we wanna focus more on the character and not down there. I love the color of the cards. I love the read on that. The bubbles are nice. It'd be great if you could throw some more bubbles out of focus back there, because all the bubbles feel very crisp. This might just be some JPEG stuff, but there's just some weird edging going around there. And then it would be nice, this is like bonus points, but like we've got the light shining down here. They're hitting the cards there. They're kind of hitting the top there. If that got a little brighter and then it bled through, so we're seeing some more red underneath there. Like think about, and then like maybe it's just more red bounce up in there. Like think about the red on the subsurface just like really bleeding through. I would also just put a touch of rim light around these two sides. Let's see, rim light. Just to fill in a little bit of that dark area and just put like a little bit of a coolness if you can, or I guess just maybe just some neutral tones around the outside of them there. And I think that will really, really help out. Kjelds, I think this is looking great. The red, I know that we've pushed the red on the car. Let's just take it down just a little bit back there. That's pretty much it. I think everything else is looking great. Maybe like 7% on the car and then like 25% there. That might be too high. Maybe 20% back there. And then we can, I'm having fun with my new Wacom. And that will really help pop this forward, push that back, but tie the colors together. And then take this down just a touch. I was looking at some more reference before this, and this feels a little bit strong. So I would just take that down just a touch. And other than that, I think you're in a really, really good spot. So really great job with that. Again, I hope this audio is a little better. Like I said, we are working towards making these better each and every time. So I will get there, but we just need to work out some of these technical kinks. So great job, everyone, and I look forward to seeing what you have for me tomorrow. All right, happy lighting, everybody.